Great Revolution. I'm your brother and friend, Brother Eric Trey Muhammad, welcoming you to the Moremito Sunday. We are here live on our Zoom platform, the Believers Huddle platform, as well as on our YouTube channel at The Wealth Minister. We do this in the way that we do it because we understand the vacation months, the summer months as they are, and people can be anywhere uh, possible when they have that kind of break in their interaction of season. So we strive to make it easier for people to find the opportunity to find the presentation. And so we make it available on our YouTube channel as well, live. However, when it comes down to question and answers, things of that nature, uh, spots open up for testimony, we generally uh, pull the feed on YouTube to make it more personal, direct, and intimate in our Zoom community. So those who are interested in joining our Zoom and you have the coordinates, just hop onto the Zoom. However, we are carrying it live for those who may not be availed at this time. I would like very much to give way to our brother and friend, my sponsor in the movement here. Yes, folks, I call it a movement, and that's Mr. Melvin Barnum. Mr. Melvin, are you available to share some words? Mr. Melvin, are you available? Oh, I didn't. Okay. How about now, Mr. Melvin?
There we go. Yes. Man, I'm so excited about this, folks. Thank you so much for being on. Please get this information out. We are helping so many people. To me, it's like a spiritual thing about it. It doesn't matter how people respond, just direct Zooms and corporate calls. I'm having so much fun helping people with their health. And as we know, by default, the wealth follows. So enjoy what we have to offer. And please take some notes, pay close attention. Don't have no background noise because this is very important information you're about to see and hear. Back to you, Brother Eric.
Thank you, dear brother. Give me one moment more here. All right. So, can you hear me, Brother Melvin? I'm sorry.
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So, this past May, we were joined by Mr. Roger Hill, the CEO and co-founder of Moremito, and we're looking to share with you, our viewers and listening audience, we're going to share with you some of that presentation and in the hope that it resonates with you and your position to take note. So I'm going to make that available to us and then come back momentarily. But watch, take notes, and hear from Mr. Roger Hill. We were blessed to introduce to this platform Mr. Roger Hill, the co-founder and CEO of Moremito. And we're back to hear more about the updates, the things that have been going on in our community, those things that we need to be more abreast and be made aware of, as well as answer any questions that you as an audience may have. To introduce Mr. Hill is none other than our brother, my sponsor in this endeavor, Brother Melvin Arnhem. Brother Melvin, are you available? Brother Melvin?
Yes, I am, Brother Eric. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, we can.
Great. I want to thank everyone for coming today. And he's definitely a special guest. And I appreciate everything that I learned from him also, too. So without going into too many details, I'd like to introduce to some, and a lot of us on the call do already know him, Uh, Roger Hill, CEO of Moremito. Over to you, Roger.
All right. Thank you. Great to be here with you, Brother Albert, Eric, Melvin, and everyone. Always a pleasure to talk about Moremito and what we're doing here. Um, give you a little bit of the backstory, particularly if you're new, maybe you haven't been on any of our presentations before. I feel like in 2015, when I met my partner, Dr. Bevan Elliott, we kind of started a revolution. That was a new way to look at health and wellness that no one else had ever done. We thought it would make a major difference. This new way that I'm talking about has to do with mitochondria. That's what you see over my shoulder right here. That's a cutaway of a mitochondria. That's that part of your cell that produces the energy that your body runs on. It makes a profound difference. Let me tell you a little bit about that. We'll talk about the company. Um, these mitochondria, they're the part of your cell that produces the energy that your body runs on. Okay, how important is that? Nothing in your body happens without mitochondria. It is the most important thing with respect to how long you live and how well you live. Every heartbeat, every breath you take, every thought you have is powered by mitochondria. Let me tell you about yours. You used to have a lot of them when you were younger. You know when that was. That was when you had the most energy you ever had. You know, you ran, you jumped, you played. Mama probably had to tell you to go somewhere and sit down, stop playing on the steps. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you ran up steps? When was the last time you ran any place? Yeah, that's not so easy as it used to be, right? Okay. So that's because you have a lot less energy now than you did then. I'll give you the story. As you've been going through life, you've been losing this mitochondria, not just because you got older. You've been losing because you've encountered diseases. You may have had COVID or high blood pressure or diabetes or something like that. All of those things exhaust and kill mitochondria. You might have gotten into some contaminant, some toxin in the environment. They accelerate your loss of mitochondria also. So by the time you're about 60, let's say, you might have lost half of it, half your mitochondria. So now let's kind of think this out. Let's see if this makes sense to you. If everything in your body takes energy to run, and you've been running out of that energy, how does that help anything in your body run better? Yeah, well, the answer would be it doesn't. Okay? Now, what if somebody, since the doctors can't write a prescription for it, and nobody else's company has, what if somebody came up with something that would reverse that? What might it mean to you? Okay? Hopefully, by the time we're through with our time here with you today, you'll have the answer to that question. But first, let me tell you what's going on. As you have lost that, okay? Let me give you a few things you might recognize. Have you noticed that you don't see as well as you used to? If you did, that's likely loss of mitochondria. How about your strength and stamina? Have you figured out yet that you're not as strong as you used to be? You don't have the stamina that you once did? Okay? Well, if you haven't, you will. Okay? How about the way your brain thinks? Anybody ever had a senior moment? Let me tell you what that moment was. That was an I don't have as much mitochondria as I used to moment. That's what that was. Okay? How about your immune system? You know, it's supposed to protect you from everything that's happening. Have you noticed that there's more things going wrong in your health and whatnot as you've gotten older than it used to? Have you noticed that younger people tend to be, in general, healthier than older people do? You know what I'm talking about. It's that same loss of mitochondria. So what's more mito want to help people do about this? Where do we come into the picture? Well, our scientist, Dr. Bevan Elliott, my partner, we've been together since 2015. He has made this breakthrough. He's come up with this breakthrough technology that can actually regrow your mitochondria. Well, let's play that out. If you could actually regrow somebody's mitochondria, this is what we speculated back in 2015. What would happen to them? What would it mean? Would it mean that you didn't get sick as often? Would it mean that if you did, you wouldn't stay sick as long? Okay. Would it mean that there's just so many things that you could do better than you did before? Could you be smarter? than you otherwise would be? Okay. Could you be more creative? All right. Could we possibly address some things that are being under addressed? I was talking to Brother Melvin. He's got I think it's a grandson or a nephew, someone in his family, child with a condition that children sometimes have. Okay. Some are born autistic. Some have ADHD. Okay. I think that was the case with him. There's no solution to that. No good solution anyway. Yesterday, I did an interview with a young man. He's been a nurse for 20 years. 20 years he's been a nurse. And he found out he had acid reflux. That's why every time you eat, the stomach acid comes up and it's eroding your esophagus. It's very painful, very debilitating. He went from 190 pounds down to 145, right? He works at the VA hospital. And last December, he goes in to have an operation, and they were going to like go in and do some invasive procedure, tie off his esophagus. They were going to do some stuff, okay? And they were going to have to cut on him to do it. But they couldn't do the operation because they found out he has another problem. He has a problem with his heart. And so they can't give him the operation because he might have died on the table. Now that's December. He meets one of our representatives last month. And within the first month that he's on our technology, regrowing mitochondria, helping his body come back, both those conditions went away. Doctors shocked. They don't know what to say. And he's been, like I said, he's been a nurse for 20 years. And nobody at the hospital could help him. Okay? So just a little bit of a preview. If this kind of revolution that we're talking about appeals to you, if it piques your interest, somebody might have invited you to the right place today, because that's exactly what we got, and that is what we are talking about. This special technology that Dr. Elliott created, it's called XDS, stands for Exponential Delivery System. It's doing a simple thing, but yet no one's ever done it. It's reorganizing these ingredients that his research have identified that can actually talk to your mitochondria and tell them to regrow. I'm not talking about help them out a little bit, feed them a little bit. I'm talking about give you more than you had before. Okay? That just had not happened before. Okay? And the next thing he did was, because even though that works, it's a fairly weak effect. Definite effect, but fairly weak effect. Not enough to just change the trajectory of your health. Not enough to do what I just talked about that happened to that young man. Okay? So he had to create this technology. This XDS stands for Exponential Delivery System, to amp those up, make them work bigger and better than they ever did before. Okay? So he does that. He puts it in our product line. That product line is called Ultra Mito. There's a complete description on our website. I'm going to just kind of hit the highlights with you a little bit right now, if I may. Brother, y'all seeing my, are you seeing my desktop here?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay. All right. So let me get you to the product pages. Just highlight it for you. Okay, this is the product page itself, and right next to it is a page that says product details. So this is what you'll see right on here. You'll see a lot of the stories of people who have shared their stories with you. There was this gentleman right here, Archbishop McCall, was going blind, kept his sight back. This is my good friend. We worked together at the Pentagon. He went blind, got his sight back. There's many examples here you might want to check out. But I'm going to take you to the products here in a moment. We'll just quickly go through them so you can know where these reside. The first one is called Restore. Now, Restore's purpose is really simple. We have to repair your cells, and we need to regenerate your organs. Why? Because your organs have been failing. Okay? Your major organs are where you have the highest concentrations of mitochondria. So as you get older, they get weaker and weaker and weaker. That's why your heart doesn't work well. That's why we were able to take that relatively young man, he's got a 7-year-old daughter, and grow back his mitochondria in his heart to the extent that that heart went away for, as far as the doctors were concerned, for no reason. Okay? We know the reason. To them, it was no reason. Okay? And that acid reflux to just heal itself, because that's what happens. We don't make any attempt to diagnose, cure diseases. What we've discovered and what we've been showing for going on 11 years is that if you can actually read the growth somebody, again, not talk about it, not put it on your label, but you can actually do it, then you will get people reporting what I just told you, right? That major serious conditions can and will be reversed. We'll see what happens in your case just to try it, okay? So there's this one product, there's 44 ingredients. Let me get into Restore a little bit. Out of these 44 ingredients in here to repair your cells and regrow your organs, 2 of these are superfoods. You'll recognize them: olive oil and black seed oil. You just can't buy these at your grocery store. We source these internationally, and we add the other ingredients to them so we can touch every organ system you have: your liver, your kidney, your heart, your brain, your eyes. Okay? Part of them are actually, again, regrowing mitochondria. Others are focused on those organs. The next one we have is this one. It's called Renew Brain and Body. Renew Brain and Body lets us regrow mitochondria in a different way with water-soluble ingredients. Everything we need to do this with, we can't put it in one capsule or one oil, because some are oil-soluble, some others are water-soluble, so why we got these capsules. And then we have this really special cream or gel. I'll go back here. There's not a picture of it on this page. And this stuff is something else. This Rejuvenate. You can put this. I'll flip these colors back so you can see it the way you normally do. Okay. So this Rejuvenate takes the ingredients right here. You can take this, put some of that Restore I just got through talking about in it, and you can have those 44 ingredients in Restore. I'm getting down here trying to find that bottle. It's not on here. Here we go. Those are the ingredients right there. Put 44 ingredients of this. Now, if there's anything on your skin, your hair, your scalp, I'm talking about face to feet, anywhere, if it's a scratch, a bump, a mold, a keloid, okay, if you got a scar that you might have got 20 years ago, put that mix of Restore in that Rejuvenate and put it on there repeatedly and watch it go away, okay? Now, the results of all of this is astonishing. This couple right here I met locally at a birthday party one of the local reps are having. They were on our product for a couple of weeks, like that says, and woke up looking at each other, said, "I think you look young. I think you look younger too, 10 years younger." So that's our side effect. You want to know if people sometimes ask, is there a side effect? Here's a side effect: unexpected compliments. Okay, that's what happens when you regrow those cells in your face. Okay, it looks better. We increase your face value. How about that for an investment tip? Okay, this gentleman right here somebody took this picture on the left of his bald head going bald. He never looked at it like that himself. So in coming weeks, he did this. He started putting that mixture we were telling you about. Let me get rid of that on his head, and you see the hair growing back. Hair growing back. He lives in Wisconsin. He used to be my IT guy. I was out in Wisconsin to go fishing. I saw his little puppy that he had, and the puppy was named Mad, a dachshund hound. Was getting older, had trouble going up steps and all that kind of stuff. And that dog was gray, had gray hair. Okay. Next time I come back to see him, the dog with gray hair, that dog was turning black. Okay, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. But anything cosmetically speaking is great. This young lady, second pregnancy, hormones all over the place, gets on her technology. She's driving down the road in her car. Had to take this picture and send it to me. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, this was not happening before. There wasn't something you could just take, right? And it caused your body to work this well. But it's here now. It's in our technology. Okay, it is available. All right, so all these documents I'm showing you are on our website. You can get them into great detail. Now, let me repeat myself a little bit. I said earlier that everything in your body takes energy, and if the energy it takes to run your body is running down, as you've been losing this mitochondria. How can anything in your body run as good, right? Well, let's go the other way, because we need to get this message out. If you actually had something like this, and we do, that actually reverse this, address every kind of condition you can think of just about, how major would it be? How big of an opportunity would it be for you to help yourself, help your family, help the people you care about, help people you haven't met yet? Yeah. Would that not be a significant opportunity? And what if there was a common sense way to get compensated that would reward you like you possibly have not been rewarded with before? Yeah. Well, that's the kind of opportunity that we're presenting here at Moremito. No one else has it. Nothing has ever worked this good. Please test me on that by taking it if you don't agree. You'll see. What kind of opportunity? We think we've got the best of both worlds. We've got amazing technology. We have very significant compensation. And I'll get to a bit of that. I'll give you the highlights on it. And then I'm going to come back to our technology, because that's where it begins and ends with us. Okay. Let me go here and pick up. Okay, that's obviously not the right one. Get back here to Moremito. Yep, here we go. Okay. This is my good friend Frank Provenzano, who was part-time with us for a long time. And we introduced him, and this is his back office. You can go right here and look up our compensation plan. I'm going to highlight this for you. Okay, I'm going to spin this up so you can see it better. Okay. All right, so the first thing our mission is, again, is to get this technology out to as many people as possible. And again, this document is in your back office. You affiliate with us, you'll be able to get it and review it. And by the way, on every single page, there's a link right here that says click here. If you click that link, it'll take you to a recording, an audio, or a video that explains that page to you, okay? But here's what we got to do. We need to build a really huge company. And I need you to understand what my definition of big is. This big's nothing but a whole lot of little, okay? That's all it is. And that's where my focus is. My focus is on helping people who are new, people who've not had a lot of success, people who are aspiring to, okay? And in doing so, by the way, if you happen to be a big producer historically, we just made things better for you because your income would be more secure. We saw one of the biggest problems you have, attrition. Dale, that many of you know as our president, tells me that we have a 93% reorder ratio, 93%. Yeah. That's because obviously our technology works. Okay. How big a difference does it make? Well, first thing we saw when we put this product line out summer 2019 is 40% of the orders we were getting in, people wanted to ship to them overnight. They wanted it in a hurry. Okay, it was urgently wanted, and people would pay extra to rush it there. Our average order size versus our previous company would have had the prior product line in it was up over 300%. Now, if you don't get anything else out of this part, get this. That means that our people who are helping us get this technology out to people to help them with their health concerns, right, are earning 2 to 3 times as much money, okay? If that doesn't appeal to you, that's fine, okay? That's fine. Maybe you'll just take the product and be happy with that. Hopefully you'll share it with folks, but you choose to engage in this as a promoter, then we've got some special things for you. Okay. The first thing we did was this. We said, okay, what is the biggest problem that people have? Most companies that you've been exposed to the industry have this thing of charging you for the privilege of selling their product, and you have been paying it. I think that's nonsense. That is not happening at Moremito, and it never will. Everything here is free. Everybody can afford free, so we've removed that barrier of participation. Okay, people get in and enjoy this, and always chasing people down, trying to get them to do some random business opportunity. Okay, that's your decision. We're focused on your health first and foremost. Okay, there's no mandatory auto ships. Okay, that's why so many of you have product around your house right now. You only bought it because you had to buy it for that last deal you did. Okay, that quote unquote program that you were in. That's nonsense. You don't even have to purchase anything to earn with us. How's that? If you simply have to have a single customer, that customer does not have to be you. Hopefully it will be, right? But if you enroll anybody, that will qualify you for compensation going forward. We don't have a lot of breaks and stuff. In fact, we have none. That's where the compensation plan says that this money is going to get paid, but if someone doesn't qualify for it, the company takes it back. No, we pay it out. Just keep looking online until we find someone that's qualified for it, give it to them. I've been designing compensation plans in my technical career, which took me to NASA and subsequently to the Pentagon. So by 2019, I've been designing compensation plans for a long time, all of them in real time. What does that mean to you? It means if you will help somebody, put yourself in a position to be compensated for it, you will be paid in real time, immediately. When that person clicks that button and it says order complete, then everybody who's going to be compensated on that's already been compensated. Okay. Like I said, I think paydays are obsolete, so I'll show you in a minute in the back office where you go in there, you choose how you're going to be receiving funds. You can do it by PayPal. We've got international ACH. We can pay to like 160 some countries or something like that right now. Okay, so it's very, very useful, very user friendly. We've got vested compensation. You can get to a place in our compensation where all new customers get your code number on it for that level of compensation. And you will always be able to earn on those people. Someone can't promote up underneath you and big chunky income go away. No, we vest you in this after you reach a particular level. We have this feature called Moremito Cash. When you start with us, you can start as a referring customer. You're getting like product purchase credits and whatnot. But the other part of this concept is that you can transfer it to other people. Actually, you can transfer either Moremito Cash or commissions if you become a paid representative, because that's free as well. Cost you nothing to upgrade to that. And we've had many people are with us now, sending thousands, in some instances, thousands of dollars to other people to help them. And I'm really, really proud of that. Good. So that's the highlights. But now, as good as that is, let me tell you what's better. What's better is how we're actually going to help you reach out to folks and get them engaged. Because the biggest issue is this: either you didn't get the presentation. The presentation I just gave, we call it the mitochondria story, where you're telling people how this mitochondria works. Okay, we've got that recorded in the videos and whatnot that you can send out. The section on your website is called Share More Mito Info. There's a flyer that we're about to release that you'll be able to send out to everybody. In the meantime, and it has a slogan on it: mitochondria is what's keeping you alive right now. Chances are you didn't even know it. It's kind of catchy. They affect every aspect of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, including, and it gives you a list of things, thought-provoking things. So you have that. The other thing we got, though, is to share more mito info. So if you have a health concern, you can look it up in here. You can go in here. You can look up people health as an example. Let me move this out of the way. You have all these categories where people have shared their stories about addictions and cravings and whatnot, all kinds of anti-aging aspects, autoimmune, blood pressure, gut health. We're doing this gut health series right now every week, and that's the other way we support you. We have health and wellness calls every week, and on those calls, we address various pertinent health topics. This week it's gut health. Tomorrow night we'll be talking about how you get rid of belly fat. I know nobody on you's got any belly fat, right? If you do, be on that call. Things that happen with people's hair. People talking about how their hair just growing, like I told you a little bit earlier, and that guy whose bald spot was going away. Oral health. That would be that would be your teeth and whatnot. Okay, now all of this technology, you can use it from your mobile phone as well. Okay, let me put my fingerprint in here. So from either one, okay, let's go iPhone. Okay, try again. All right, there we go. Here's an example. This young lady right here, Mary Eller, had a hole in her tooth the size of a Q-tip. You could actually take a Q-tip and put it through the hole in her tooth. She used our technology, swishing around in her mouth. Tooth closes up. The dentist could never tell there was anything other than just regular enamel there. Now we didn't even predict stuff like that. But if you had someone who had an oral concern, you could select this, like here, come here, click it. She's in here. That's her right there on the computer. This is the same one over here on your mobile phone. Click this share button. And when you do it on your phone, it'll pull the contact right from your phone, like this. And if I wanted to send this to Melvin, I know he's in it because he sent me the text with his call. Here he is right here, Melvin Arnhem. Okay. Looks like it didn't take. I'll do it again. I think I double clicked and I should have clicked one time. Okay. I keep forgetting. So you see his name right there. I hope you can see that where you are. And then you click generate a link. It comes up. I'll read this for you. It may be too small for you to see. It says, hey, Melvin, Roger Hill has shared some information with you on people health. Visit the link below. And you can change this. Okay. Because I don't have to use both his names. I can just say, hey, Melvin. And Roger, we're on a first name basis. I could take this. And I could change here where people health related to teeth, or whatever you wanted to say, and gums. Okay. Share that. You get your choice, WhatsApp, text message, or more. Let's do a text message. Comes right up. You see, that's where he sent me that message. Now I'm going to send him one back. There you go. Melvin will click that on his end. If you go to my website, you will see where that activity occurred. So you'll be able to track the activity coming back from people, not just push stuff out, but get responses back from them. Like, tell me more, call me now, okay? Do you have anything about this, that, or the other? All right. So that's how that goes. And we've got some examples of this. We've had people come in and send this out. Our newest 3-star silver, you got to have 150 people. There are over 200 now. Our folks out in the Powells out in California. The Powells get in here and they send out 400 of these. Now, first he lets it sit for about 3 weeks before he clicked on it. Had to do with high blood pressure or blood sugar. That's another one of the categories that we have in here. And he finally looked at it. They get started, and they just sent these out, and now they've got over 200 people in their collective downline that they're helping. You know, United States, Canada, other countries, Philippines, just all over the place. So these are the possibilities. But it starts with you wanting to help somebody, okay? You starting to help somebody. If you've got that interest and you want to help somebody, and you don't mind letting us compensate you for that, then boy, did you come to the right place. I'm going to play you one video. We'll stop. We'll go take some questions and whatnot. But I want to want to get in here and play a video. We just did this with Dr. Connie Lee. And I want to play that. Okay. Let's go with this, Dr. Connie. Got to make it bigger so you can see it.
My blood sugar is way too low, and it's now 5.0 with the A1C. When I had
Let me back it up so you can hear.
Okay, I got the pleasure of talking to Dr. Connie Lee. Connie, please tell me what you've noticed change since you've been using Mito.
everything. I feel better. I feel younger. I'll be 87 in August, but I feel like I'm in my early 60s. My blood pressure was way too low. It's now normal. My blood sugar was way too low, and it's now 5.0 with the A1C. When I had the blood work done, all of my blood work was right in the normal range. Not a thing was out of line anywhere. The doctor was amazed, and I haven't taken any of my 5 medications since I started. Restore February 10th. I had terrible constipation since I was in the 5th grade, and that's been resolved now. My eyesight has gotten better. That got better the first day. My hearing is better. I don't have to have stronger hearing aids.
I just heard you say that your eyesight changed the first day. So take me back to that. Tell me what your eyesight was like before, and then how you noticed it was different.
Well, when you play cards with a table of 6 people, I could see the cards across the table, but I wasn't sure what they were. I knew they were red or black. And the next day, I could tell what they were. That made the difference.
It's like Mito, like flipped a switch in your vision.
Yeah, that was overnight. I took it at 3 in the afternoon, and that was by the next evening. That was the difference I noticed. When I went to my ophthalmologist, that was first part of May, I guess. They can't find any problem in the back of my eye anymore.
There was a problem in the back of your eye, right?
They discovered it, almost 2.5, 3 years ago. And they've been watching it every few months. But this time when I saw them, there's no problem there.
So it sounds like your retina has improved, that improving your mitochondria has allowed your body to fix your vision there.
And then I was able to go into Costco and pick up 3 pair of glasses that are 1.25, and I can see real good with those. And I've had Coke bottle glasses since I was in about the 3rd grade.
Oh, how cool is that?
I think it's pretty cool. Okay.
Okay. So there isn't anything in terms of health concerns and whatnot that mitochondria can affect. You can literally help anybody. You can help anybody with this technology, with pretty much anything. Okay. So I'm going to pause right here. I want to give us time for questions and answers. I'm going to take myself off of the desktop. Okay. And ask Brother Eric or Melvin to come back and join us, and maybe you will.
All right, we wanted to show you that portion to revisit what we have. Oftentimes it's hidden in plain sight. Oftentimes it's like a good book, folks. You go back to the pages and you'll be surprised what you pick up. I want to thank Mr. Roger Hill for all that he shared. And I'm going to now stop the share on our YouTube channel. And you can revisit what was shared there today, folks. But for question and answer or just general conversation, we do it inside of our Zoom chat. So with that being said, bye for now, and we'll come back to our Zoom. Just give me a moment here.